Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the All Kings podcast. I am your host, Corbin, with my co-host, Tate. And today we have on a very, very different project. Please welcome Lemur Lounge on Aptos.
One of its kind. This is our first time ever hosting an Aptos project.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Lemur Lounge here. Lemur Lawrence.
Nice to meet you, Lemur Lawrence.
Stoked to be here.
Yes, it's a true honor to host you, man.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, it's a true honor to be here with you guys.
So my first question will have to be, why Aptos?
And what is Aptos?
Why Aptos?
For those that don't know.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Let's start with that. What is Aptos?
So Aptos is the newest layer 1 blockchain, straight from the creators of the Libra chain on Facebook, Facebook's Meta for the fact. And, they kind of moved away from there. Nobody really knows why, but they built Aptos blockchain. It's created on a language called Move, and Move basically integrates different languages upon just Rust. So it's basically like Rust on steroids. They took Rust, they integrated it with Python, TypeScript, and now you got Move. So I believe that it'll open to the door for like a lot of integrative things later on.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So that's why you really chose Aptos, is because of all of the integrations from all of the different types of like script, more or less.
Yeah, more languages, more integrative features, and things that basically like later on for the gamification of NFTs and just the space as a whole. I think that it's going to be a great blockchain to use.
Yeah, it's definitely had a fast uprising with just the whole entire crypto ecosystem. I mean, if you just are on crypto Twitter and you're part of any sort of NFT ecosystem, you're seeing that people are migrating to Aptos on a daily, and it's just like, what is this thing? And it's cool to finally be able to host a project like your own who's building on the blockchain. And we look forward to seeing what you have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy to see how like quickly you can connect with people that are like in the know on things. Yeah. We literally went from talking in Twitter Spaces last night till like 4 a.m. to being here now, where we get to actually like formally chat and really like get to know, what's going on here, what's going on with Lemurs and Libra, or not Libra, but just get to know the whole thing.
And it's dope to be face to face too, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Facts.
How'd you
Initially join our Twitter space last night? So that's what I'm trying to come across.
So what I do and what I've been doing for the last so we originally conceptualized the project. We've been making the collection since February or like late January. And we kind of only started building our community on Twitter and Discord at like the beginning of September, right? So this is right before Aptos kind of just started taking off. I personally have been sitting in Aptos Discord since like, I want to say like June, just waiting, right? Waiting for it to drop. I was like one of the first people that were in that Discord. And I was just waiting. I had no idea that it was going to drop on the 18th, but basically they came out and oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys hear me dog right here. He's going nuts. He's like, please take me out. It's raining out there today, but yeah, no. So they were like one of the first, I was like one of the first people in their Discord, and I kind of just sat back and watched. And then what I've been doing since the start, since I started building the Twitter and the Discord, is I've been joining into all these different spaces. I looked them up. Like at first we were building on Solana. So I would look up the Solana spaces, join into all of them, sometimes they would bring us up, sometimes they wouldn't, but bringing us up, there's always something. We're always talking.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm sure many of you guys know Shill and Villain. You guys got King Fudd, all those people. So like, they brought us up a few times. That was cool. And yeah, we've just been hopping in hella different spaces. We saw you guys pop up. I think I saw Cardano or something. And I'm not a fan of just one chain. I'm like, sure, NFTs, no problem. As long as it has NFTs in it, all right, I'm hopping in because it's the whole space as a whole. Yeah. And I don't hate any chain. I might be more involved in one than the other, but I'm a fan. I'm holding, I got crypto. I've been in the space, so I believe in a lot of different things, and it's good to not keep all your eggs in one basket. So that's kind of like how we found your space and how we joined in. And the second I join in, I'm very outgoing and talkative. So I just hit that request to speak button right away. And like, I joined in too. You guys were having a pretty solid conversation, and like, I like to listen to the way people sound. So like, when I listen to the way people sound and they're more along my lines of like, dude, we're down to earth, we're chill, I like that vibe, and that's my calling. So if I could vibe with people, meet people that are alike like me, that have a vision, that want to build creative flow, creative ideas, I'm all about that. That's why we're here. So
of course,
it was pretty cool that you guys brought us up. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, oh man, I wish I would have recorded the space last night because there's so much good information from it, man. It was
keep throwing it out. Keep throwing it out. There's so much information that we could still talk about, and I'm sure this won't be the only time we tune in too. So it's like we could be shooting the shit, doing this every week. And that's something
we should
we're
host
looking
more spaces.
Yeah,
sure. That's kind of something we want to do with Lemur Lounge. Also, is be that hub that kind of provides a lot of educational insight to things like the space, and not just Aptos, but the space as a whole. Because a lot of people don't know all of this, and they want to come in, they want to learn, but then they hear all this stuff like token wallets and seed phrases and token this, token that. They don't understand this stuff, and it takes it takes a good group of people, or like to dumb it down, right? So we want to simplify it and connect it to things like, instead of NFTs, I've been connecting things to digital collectibles because it's no different, So that's kind of like our goal. And I believe with the right people, with the right, group, we could really spread the word and onboard not 1,000 people, but hundreds of thousands of people, even if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, build the platform, build the community, and, community first.
Of course. I mean, that's exactly what we're aiming to do as well. We just want to simplify things for the masses and create a way for anybody to be able to get into either crypto or NFTs. It's
all
Web3
about
in general,
accessibility.
Yeah.
Yep. And like, I think we were talking last night, like I was mentioning, like I don't dislike some chains. I'm willing to give everything a try. I've been in this space, right? We've all been in this space for a while. So we've seen a lot of these different things, but like onboarding Polygon was crazy, like 5 different bridges, all that stuff. So it's like, it's just making it simple for newcomers to come on. And like, soon enough, we're going to head towards this meta of just like, not a let's get this wallet, download this wallet, get the seed phrases, write them down. No, it's going to be just a QR code. You just scan it. You buy a little thing in the store, kind of like one of those cards. You scratch off the thing and you just scan it, right? So it's like, that's kind of what we're heading towards.
It's like Xbox 360 points.
Yep, exactly. And like, that's what we're waiting for. But that's when the mass adoption is going to happen. That's when you're going to see these younger generations of kids that are like 8, 9, 10 already getting involved without even knowing that they're getting involved into it. So that's going to be huge.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
So why don't you tell us
The
a little
Lemur
bit
Lounge.
about the Lemur? Yeah, tell us a little bit about the Lemur Lounge, man. What's been going on with the lounge?
So here we are. We're building out the lounge, right? So Lemur Lounge, we're building a gamified ecosystem, which is going to be powered by our native token lounge. So, you guys kind of get it in the name. You lounge your lemur, you earn this token, and now you have a gamified ecosystem. But what I mean by gamified ecosystem is not just a simple art upgrade, but also an interactive experience with the NFT that you own. So imagine that you have your trait shop that you're able to unlock these different traits that will be dropping on a bi-weekly basis, all different rarities, whether it's legendary, epic, common, uncommon, rare. We're going to be dropping these different traits bi-weekly, and these are made from artists in the Web3 space because we're big supporters of that. So bi-weekly traits, maybe seasonal drops, whatnot, and you're able to use the token that you're lounging your lemur, and you're gaining this token called Lounge, LNGE. You're going to be able to use that to buy these traits. But now there's also an interactive experience, because it kind of gets boring to just okay, there's just an art upgrade. Your NFT is just dynamically changing now. That's the next meta. That's already getting it excited. And that's what a lot of these projects are moving towards, especially on Solana and stuff right now, is this trait accessory shop. Yep. But there needs to be a next level to that, because that's going to get boring too. And the whole point is to take something and innovate it further. So we have a whole app that we're building that is actually going to show your NFTs in a 3D rendered game ready model. You'll be able to spin it. They'll be swinging their arms, just standing there chilling, and you'll have that inventory where you could drop down the menu and you could actually switch all your traits and look at your NFT in real time. Wow. This is going to be game ready. So, that's one thing that we're working on. Besides that, we also have some utility that we're offering. We're building out so we believe that there's big issues with the way we collaborate communities right now on things like Discord for communities that are building, starting up. So I know they just came out with AlphaBot and stuff, but even AlphaBot still has some issues that don't fully cover a fully integrative collaboration. So we're creating a Discord bot that is going to help with that. Just a little bit on that. Nice. And then we also, we plan to be a brand. And I know a lot of these projects will come out, they'll claim to be a brand. But then you have these projects, all right, that are claiming to be a brand. But where's your brand, dude? You've been out for freaking over a year. You did over 2 million Solana or 1 million Solana or a couple 100,000 Solana in volume. You took a 10% fucking royalty. Yeah. Excuse my French, I have to say it.
No, you're right.
You took that royalty, all right? Let's just say 2 million SOL volume, all right? We've seen these projects do it, all right? 10%, that's 200,000 SOL. You can't even give your community a free hoodie or something, come on, Let's be real. But everybody's claiming to be a brand. I want to see the brand. Right now I'm rocking, this is from Trippin' Ape Tribe. I don't know if you guys could see the back here. See the
That's
back?
Sick.
Oh, that's cool. Sick.
Cool. This is their merch drop, though. I'm not going to lie. The merch is pretty high quality. It's good. It's nice, all right? That's something they did great on. But they also collected money up front for this after doing crazy amounts of volume. This to each holder, holder merch and brand are two separate things. Yeah. And holder merch should be free, because holder merch is like word to mouth advertising. There's no better way to advertise it than a hoodie or a shirt or a hat or something, you know?
Yeah.
We're all wearing them, we're all loving them. But then you got the brand, okay? And that brand, you know, where is it? We've seen all these projects drop claiming to be a brand. Where is your brand? I'm someone from the Web 2 space with a background. I was telling you guys last night, I have a background in manufacturing everything from clothing to CBD. We used to do all the white labels for CBD back in 2016, doing we specialized in the conception and formulation of nano-emulsified CBD. So like I used to bring these products to market, and you're in Florida, so you might know over in South Florida they got the lab creating better days. So that's who we were working with. So it's like it's crazy that, you know, a lot of these people are claiming to be a brand and they're creating these projects, but they have no business experience and they don't know how to run the business. They don't have these connections to manufacture or do anything. That's why it takes forever. It took 7 months to get this.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like sitting there, I paid 4 months ago and I just got it now. And
that's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's like, you know, why does it take that long? And like, this is nothing from the money you made. So where is your brand? So that's one thing we're working on. We're planning on dropping a brand that's separate. It's actually Web 2 based. It's a Web 2 brand, but it's connected to Lemur Lounge. And that brand is called Lounge, LNGE. So it's bi-weekly drops also that are limited, kind of like the Supreme. And everything, not just clothing. So there's accessories as well. And then besides accessories, imagine like tangible, like NFT related items. So you have your NFT, maybe you want a sculpture or like a little bobblehead or something to put on your desk. You know, we could actually manufacture that for you and custom make it and get that to you too. And that's stuff along the lines of what we're going to be dropping and offering. You know, we might offer 30 custom sculptures this week, and then, you know, 20 of something else the week after or 2 weeks after, you know, when that drop comes. So everything very limited and everything, you know, on a bi-weekly basis. So we got that coming. And then, you know, besides that, we're kind of just building, collaborating with different communities and having fun. And, you know, eventually there's going to be blockchain events that come up that we hit as well as Lemur Lounge. And expanding the team, bro. Like we were talking last night, if anybody has creative ideas and creative flows and has the same synergy, same vision, same view on everything, we're open to partnerships and bringing people in. You know, there's room for everybody. So that's kind of something that we're doing too. And that's a little bit about what we're doing.
That's awesome. And so I have two questions right now for you. Are you worried about any of the security laws with your token?
So that's a good question because we're constantly looking into the legality of everything, right?
Because there's a lot of NFT projects out there with their so-called token, and I think a lot of them are blindsided to security laws and stuff like that.
The biggest issue is with the legality behind things like revenue sharing.
Yep.
So that's one of the biggest issues that I see in the space right now is how do we legally revenue share? And it's kind of hard to do that right now. And that's kind of why you have to, I'm trying to keep this dog entertained so he stops crying, my bad. But that's kind of why you have to like still bridge it somehow to the Web 2, you know, and like that's why it's important to like even though we have this NFT, we're not promising a rev share because of that legality issue. But what we are promising is that like, yo, this will open the door for X, Y, and Z for the holder. But at the same token, we have this brand on the side that is generating income. So that in turn is creating a holder value, because the only people that they could trust to put the money back into the brand is the founder, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm someone that's held accountable for this stuff as I'm building. And look, bro, my face is right here. I'm willing to show it. I don't care. It's not about that. It's more about the fact of like internet is just crazy. People will send threats to you over the internet. But like at the end of the day, you know, Frank takes hits all day from D Gods. You know, it's like all he could do is come out and say, dude, we tried, you know, but at least if there are mistakes made along the way, you know, it's right to come out and own up to them and say, this is what happened. This is what we tried. This is what happened. And this is how we're looking to fix it. And, you know, as somebody that is building a project, it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy. Nobody knows exactly how to build these projects. You know, nobody knows what could happen. Look at NFTs right now. Everything's getting scraped. Yep, there's no formula and everything's getting scraped out right now. Everything's just dropping. I think like
it's a slow bleed.
What I owned in NFTs, in my Soul NFTs and my ETH NFTs, it's all down right now. It's just getting killed. And I think that's just because the market is afraid as a whole. But look, everything's pumping, you know, so we are in a bear market rally. It's just hard to tell what's going to happen, you know, but the only thing we could do is try.
Yeah. That's great. That was a great answer.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so now my second question will have to be, so with your Lemurs NFTs and just your Lemurs as a whole, do you plan on integrating those into other people's games who are developing games, or is that, or are you developing your own?
No, we don't want to promise our own game because that's unrealistic. All right. We'll promise an app that you could look at, like your NFT with 3D rendered game ready imaging. That's easier. All right. And that's more realistic of an approach, because now we're not. It's ideal. It's like, it's not, it'll cost a little bit to build, but it's not gonna, you don't have to throw influx of money. It's like an LP. When you're building a game, it's like a liquidity pool. You're just chucking money at it and hoping that, all right, this is going to be the next thing that brings in more money. But like, no, it's unrealistic. So I would rather, as a founder, I would rather take our NFTs, make them game ready, make them metaverse ready, and then implement them into other games coming out, or into storylines, or into shows, or into whatever we can, because, you know, that's the easier approach. Why build our own gaming or gaming studio when we could just go to another one that's made? They already have the technology. They already have the game, you know?
Game development can be very costly.
Bro, so much money. You're going to throw $1 million away before you even have 10% of that game done. So that's like our approach to it. I just am not a fan of building a game and over promising. So that's one thing we want to stay away from.
That's totally fair.
That's good that you're aware of that.
So will the holders
I said,
sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, no worries. So will the holders of a Lemur, you said they were going to be, you know, full 3D models. Are they going to be able to also download them as maybe like a GLB file or something to upload into Spatial or something, so they can, you know, fully visualize them in like a gallery or something like that?
That would be pretty cool. You know, we haven't really gave that a thought, but that would be awesome. And that's what I'm saying, is like bringing people together that have these creative ideas, is that like our team, me, the co-founder, and we have our Discord manager. He kind of like, we all kind of shoot the shit sometimes and get on calls, but like, it's tough because not everybody has ideas, you know? So that's the biggest thing, is that's a good point, is that we should think about that. I think that would be cool. And we would look into integrating something like that, like a downloadable file, so that they could easily integrate it into other things.
Yeah, spatial is really cool about that. Like a lot of people on the Hedera ecosystem use spatial a lot for all the artwork, and if they have like more or less 3D sorts of pieces that they can just place into their galleries and then show it off.
You can fully visualize
like
them and resize them and do all kinds of cool stuff with them. And I know that there's this project over on HBAR called Vasizi, and he's literally building a whole music metaverse just based off of spatial. And he wants to hold live music events and stuff from it. It's really cool. But yeah, you can do a lot with spatial. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's dope. And, you know, like it's easier to go, like I said, to these already built metaverses and stuff than going and just saying, oh, we're going to build our own. We're going to build out the lounge, you know. You're better off hiring a metaverse architect to just go build already in one of these already established ones. And that's key, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot easier to integrate than to develop.
Yeah, we don't want to throw money away pointlessly.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. And
makes sense.
We want to make money so that we create that holder value. And just imagine that, like obviously we have like certain allocations of what things are going to, but like the money that we hold in the project is like, what we plan to do is obviously bring it to stablecoin right away, not USDT, but something like Bitcoin or Ethereum that's going to grow over time. Because imagine that we could. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, of course we're just pulling the plug now. You know, I might as well just take it, shut the computer. You know, no. But literally, what it comes down to is. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Nah, you're good. But what it comes down to is moving it into something that's going to grow over time, because that also creates value. So it's like, imagine that this project does, you know, we raise the 150 or 200,000 we're looking to raise, but during the next bull run, that 150 or 200,000 now becomes 1 million or 2 million. That also creates an influx of value to not only the project, but the holders. So, and it opens the door for a lot of what could be done, you know?
Now, the one thing I see about that is, all right, so there's going to be a tax implication on you converting Aptos to another currency. And then say if you're trying to like share the wealth with everybody who else has invested into the project, you sending that out to each individual investor is also going to be another like implication. Like, because I've thought about this thing as well, but I didn't know the proper way of executing it to a community.
So it's not so much sending out money to reward these holders, because that's not what we're doing. Your value of your, let's call this a company, because that's what it is. It's a Web3 company.
Yes.
We're LLC based. So basically what it is that growth, by what I mean is it's creating the holder value, is like your company's worth more. So now everything's worth more.
Very true.
You're not necessarily like sharing the revenue. And that's kind of where that implication lies. Is like rev share is something hard with legality issues and tax implications and whatnot. And that's why it's hard. And that's why when projects offer this and stuff, and like some of them are doing it, but they're doing it through crypto, not like through fiat. Right. So
yeah, of course.
Like, I guess it could be done, but depending on the country you're in. Right.
Unfortunately, as of now,
not here in the U.S.
That sucks.
In the U.S., it's there are implications, and that's why it's like important to not look at it like that, but look at it in the way that you're growing a business, almost like a stock, almost like a company that gains value. How can we give that back? Now that's a different discussion. We have to figure out a way how to give that back, you know, and there could be many things we could do. We could do an airdrop where it gains a certain amount of volume. And like we guarantee it, you know, I don't know. You've seen other projects do it. but there it has to be thought out. There's like no like I guess there's like no answer that I could actually give you right now that would be like
Definite.
like definite, yeah.
Yeah. And
like
that's completely okay, because you don't want to assure an investor into your project something that can't be potentially done.
Exactly, especially where we are at in the US.
Yeah. Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah.
There was a first part to that question. I forgot.
To mine?
Yeah,
It was just the game development side. I didn't know if you were already working with any like game development projects, more or less, who will be able to implement the lemurs.
So right now we haven't like solidified anything with anyone. We were approached by like a gaming studio, but we haven't even haven't really discussed much.
Yeah.
Right now we're focused mainly on launching the collection, getting our staking out. Oh yeah, that was the other part of the question, was the tax implication with converting it. Yeah, of course it has to go through a centralized exchange, but keep in mind that you're only getting taxed when you pull it into fiat. So
really?
Imagine, well, you're getting taxed on the conversions, but imagine that even though you're getting taxed on that conversion, they're not actually taxing you until you pull it into fiat.
Makes sense.
Until you have physical cash. So they might look at it and they might tax it on the conversion, but at the same time, what's to say you don't hold that investment for 5 years? If you could hold that investment for up to 5 years, which long term, that's what we're thinking, is we're building something long term. We want to be here. So imagine down the line that it becomes a capital gains than anything else, So
yeah, definitely. That's really smart. That's smart.
Yeah. And right now too, we're self-funding everything. So there are write-offs, there are other things, so it's not just taxed all on that. There are write-offs that we're gonna have,
And that's what I was kind of thinking, give it the obviously you convert the investment into another currency, and then say if you were to give a revenue share, I was thinking more or less that could be a donation, therefore it could be a tax write-off.
Technically, in a way, yes and no. I guess it's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is a gray area. That's why I wasn't certain on it all.
Much like most of the stuff.
One of the big problems. Yeah, and that's one of the big problems, even with things like royalties, is it's unenforceable. It's right now you have these projects that collect more in royalties than they did from a mint, and then it's where's that money go? How's that money taxed? Nobody really knows, and that's one of the big issues in the space right now. Is that's why they want more regulation. So we're seeing it now. There was another rate hike right now, so we're kind of hoping that things turn around, and we're going to know basically on Tuesday, I guess, given the voting in the country. I guess Tuesday's the day of if we could last in these markets and they keep rising till Tuesday, we might see a little more rising action. But, if they end up dropping because of things that are going on, I don't really want to talk about that too much. But if they end up dropping, then, we're going to see downstroke again. But we'll see, man.
Yeah, we're in a pretty big recession right now, and I heard something recently, and it said basically the only way out of this recession is once we start to see that people are actually losing jobs.
Yep.
Yeah, and
bad truth.
I'm sure they're not really showing much of that data yet.
Not yet.
Bro, I know a number of people that can't even get jobs right now, and they've been working for over a year. So that's why kind of Web3 full focus. Like I said, during the day, I work in labs during the week. So I do a lot of liquid gas chromatography, testing samples of different THC products and whatnot, running samples. Nice. So, you gotta be intact with all fields kind of, but really the move is leave that and go into Web3, right? So
very true.
Yeah. That's full on. why not work from home?
Yeah. That's what everybody wants nowadays, more or less. They want to be free. They want to be able to make their own choices, do the things they want to do, and not have to worry about a boss. They want to be their own.
Of course. Are you guys going to Art Basel, by the way?
Is that down in Miami?
I think it is.
I probably will not be there.
I think that's coming up.
Yeah. I need to attend.
Yeah, it is in
2023, I need to make that a New Year's resolution where I attend more crypto events.
Crypto events are awesome, man.
Oh, I know.
It's not much that they used to be more formal where even now they still have the panels and stuff, but now it's kind of like one big party for NFTs, right? Everybody's like, oh, come to this NFT party, and it's just crazy. So,
and they're all like-minded individuals, so it's not like you're just going somewhere where you're talking about crypto and everybody looks at you with a weird stare.
Yeah.
Because that happens everywhere in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Until you see that one oddball individual with some sort of a crypto-related garment of clothing on, and you're like, wait, you know this? Wait, I didn't know there was more of us. Wait, I don't know what to do.
Corbin, who did we see at work that one day? He had that hoodie on, and then he had the hat, and we were just both standing there, and we both said something to him, but he just didn't even regard us. I forgot what he was wearing. I think it might have been Sup Friends or something like that. I don't even know.
It might have been Sup Friends.
It was just a big project. But anyways,
Sup Friends popped in the other day.
They did.
He popped in last night, right? Yeah, he did. Do they all pop up on this show too, or what?
So we handpick basically any project that we host on this show. We're about almost 50 episodes in so far. And it's really just been, we do a lot of outreach, and there's a lot of projects who we believe who we already support that deserve to be seen by the masses or just our community. Obviously, we aren't as big as we desire to be yet, but we do have a strong community who follows us and stuff. And hosting these projects on can do a lot.
Yeah, and we want to make it less intimidating for people who want to enter into a space. So because we mainly specialize in HBAR and XRP right now, if somebody wanted to enter one of those spaces, there's so many projects out there, right? So where do you begin, right? So I think a lot of people first, they're going to see, oh, I like the art on this one in particular. And then they'll go, okay, the supply is good and all that good stuff. But what's motivating the creator? What is the end goal for what they want to try to build? Do they have a vision? Is this a short-term or a long-term play? Is this something I just want to flip, or is this something that I want to invest into for, the long-term type of thing? So there's a lot of questions that are answered, and it just adds some more stability to people's decisions, not financial advice. So,
and it can be a little bit more relaxed, and you can feel a little more comfortable, I feel compared to say a Twitter space when there's so many people listening in that moment, or you could be intimidated by some questions somebody might ask compared to somebody else. People have their own opinions on things. They could come at you and just harass you in a way.
Yeah, bro, we've been there. We were in a space 2 weeks ago with I think IMSO Chris was in the space last night too, right? Was he in that space?
Yeah, Chris was there. Yeah, with the killer clown profile picture.
Oh no, I'm talking about another Chris. Maybe it was a different space, but bro, we hopped into a pretty big space with some pretty big people that are well known in the space. I don't know if you guys know The Deep and Leap and all these different influencers in Solana, but they basically they were hitting us, they were fudding us, they were throwing crazy questions at us, and bro, I'm like a cockroach. I just keep coming back. So bro, by the end of it, everybody was fudding us, crapping on Aptos, and by the end of it, everybody's like, "No, I think this is the only project we're going to invest in on Aptos." But it's crazy because I feel it, bro. A lot of people pop on, especially people that don't really have that outgoing personality type, or maybe under pressure they just can't react. And even myself, like in the beginning, that's how it is, right? It's like duh, I don't even know. But literally, eventually you just keep attacking and attacking and attacking back, and like things look out. But this is a lot more comfortable too, where it's like one-on-one, face-to-face. But at the same token, a lot of founders don't even want to do this face-to-face.
Unfortunately.
Because they're not looking to actually build something long-term. I feel like everything's kind of like a slow rug, or they're trying to just pull it, and like everything's a cash grab, and it can't be. You gotta actually be building something, showing something, doing things the right way. And guess what? You're going to be that one project or the one platform that succeeds, and goes long term, because look, you've been here, through everything. That's why DGods did what they did, is because everybody fudded the crap out of them for a whole year plus. And then they're like, bro, like, what do? We just got to keep building, right? So, that's the biggest thing, is that keep going, and like people, even if you're intimidated as a founder, like just try, don't worry, it gets better and it gets easier, but keep trying. And answer questions honestly as best as possible. That's what it comes down to. Be honest, not only with yourself, but with your community. That's the big part. So,
and don't be scared of just other people's input, more or less.
Yeah, no, advice.
Well, it doesn't even have to be advice. It could be just criticism.
Yeah. So seeing the Lemur Lounge art so far, like, what do you guys like and what do you guys dislike so far about what you've seen in our collection, and why?
Okay, let me do a double take real quick.
Now it's turning around. Now I'm asking you guys the questions.
I love it.
Okay, so I love everything about it. However, there's one thing I can't stand, and that you guys should do for Lounge Paper version 1.4. You need a dark mode for it. This blinding white.
Thing, I hate the white. I hate it, bro. I know. Trust me. I was sitting here looking to upgrade the GitHub thing today for like the $5 or whatever it was. I'm like, yeah, this needs to go. I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the art a lot. I've never seen anybody create like lemur based artwork, so it's unique to its kind.
That's why we chose lemurs.
Yeah, that was my next question. I was going to ask why you chose it, and that's pretty smart. Yeah, I mean, it seems as if you guys have a lot of one-of-ones, and I guess the whole entire collection is one-of-one.
I mean, so like when it
Some
drops,
of it's generative, I guess.
When it drops, it's generative. We're gonna have 7 1-out-of-1s hidden in the collection initially. That will have like a legendary trait or whatnot.
Sure.
But essentially, over time, you are going to be able to acquire these other traits that are legendary and stuff. So yeah, there's going to be more 1-out-of-1s. We kind of want to offer this unique experience for everybody. People had a question down the line. They're like, oh, down the line, so everybody could have the same 1-out-of-1 or the same trait, right? But no, because traits that drop, they drop on a bi-weekly basis. And think of it almost as if the user is minting that trait for their token. Whatever's minted, we might release 50. If they mint 20 of them, and then the next week comes, there's only 20 in the market. So they might never be released again. Or something new might drop where, again, you want to change that to the newest legendary one or whatever. So things are dynamically changing forever. That's kind of the goal with that. And we chose lemurs again, like I said, because there was no lemurs anywhere. Nobody's ever done lemurs. There was one project on Solana. It was called Lucky Lemur, and they were like a crappy like NFT. And originally, when we came out, we dropped Lucky Lemur, and we found out that they had a project, and it was trading for like 0.001 SOL or something, and it was nothing. So like, and the art was nowhere as close. It wasn't like that high quality.
That's good.
Whatever. It looked like somebody just rug pulled it. But yeah, we ended up changing the name because we wanted nothing to do with another lemur project like that. And basically, from then we chose Lemur Lounge. Like, there's nothing better than lounging. We love to lounge, and we're building out the lounge, so that's cool.
That is very cool.
That's very unique.
Yeah, you're the other thing. Sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Before I forget, because I have the memory of a garbage disposal. One of the other things I really like is your guys' mint price, especially for all the plans that you have to really build out your brand, isn't high by any means. Like it's 2.7 Aptos, and Aptos is going for like $7 right now. So that's like
$8, give or take.
Yeah, $7-8.
How many is in the supply by chance?
So there's 7,777 in the supply, and that was something I was going to get to on the next thing was we are forming a DAO. Our DAO for the community is called the Roundtable, and at the Roundtable, everybody loves to party and shoot the shit, but the real business happens beyond the party. That's like the whole storyline. So so gaining a seat at the Roundtable is your lounge list, and with that being said, there's 7,777 seats in our collection, but 177 of those seats are going, our team is a team full of collectors. We collect. I'm a collector. I've been in the space since Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, all this stuff. So 177 of those 7,777 are getting split between our team plus the DAO, but the DAO gets the majority. So the community DAO will get 90 lemurs, and we'll get 87 spread between our team, which is right now at like 18 people or 17 people. So give or take, like everybody gets like all our moderators right now, though they're getting 4 lemurs for free, totally free. And then I'm getting 4. Each core founder is getting 4, and then we have everything split. So it's like there might be some people that get 3, 2, but essentially everybody's gonna have their lemur from our 87, and then the other 90, like I said, they go to the community DAO. That's things for like community giveaways. If we do community giveaways or like anything, raffles for whatever. And eventually too, like I don't want to promise too much because nobody likes to hear this, but basically like buybacks, like if we need to eventually say we're running out in the community DAO and we need to add more to that, we're going to sweep our floor to add a few more to that because again, we need to sustain giveaways, raffles, things like where we want a claw machine that they could use their token on to play. There's different things that we want to create within our ecosystem to give them a chance to get a lemur, even if they don't have it, or even if they do have it and they just want another one, So
more incentives.
Yeah, that's one thing we're looking at. The rest, 7,600, they're split, and we're not really looking to over allocate our whitelist. Basically, right now, there are 1,600 plus wallets signed up on Mercury Blocksmith through like the Blocksmith Labs. And that's the wallet submission. And then the way we have it broken down is there's going to be 500 OG spots in our community. They each get 4 mints on a wallet limit. So they could mint 4 if they have the OG. That's stackable with the lounge list, which is 2 spots. So if you have OG plus lounge list, you could mint 6, and the lounge list has 2. Right now, give or take, we have 2,300 people on our lounge list. We were originally going to cap it at 2,500, but we're going to cap it at 3,000 now.
Nice.
just because we assume that not everybody's going to mint, right?
Yeah.
But we will give everybody a fair chance. And then besides that, there's 500 OGs, and then the rest goes public. So whatever is not minted, we'll just roll over into public. And mint price 2.7. We want it to be super affordable. It shouldn't be a bag to get into an NFT project.
Very true.
You should be able to buy it, and if it grows, if it can make money and you make money from it, that's awesome. We want that. We want you to be able to have that experience if you can, right?
Yeah.
But, we don't want to overpromise. We don't want to say, no, you need to hold this. No, bro, if you're going to mint one, if you're going to hold it, awesome. If you make money from it, awesome. Our goal is to keep building and keep providing what we're looking to provide for our community.
And that's truly all that matters.
I respect that.
I mean, if you have an objective you want to complete, you need to take the right steps accordingly to complete that objective.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Well, it's been a true pleasure. I'm very happy that you're able to come onto the podcast today. And I mean, it was literally a day's notice, not even, just a couple hours. I wake up today and Corbin's like, we're going to have this project going called Lemur Lounge potentially today. I'm like, never heard of it? Let's do it.
Never heard of it. Let's do it. We're here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to be chilling in the spaces and whatnot, but we are chilling around spaces tonight. I'm not a person that likes to go out. I'm like a go type person. So I'm just I'm vibing. I'm always just chilling, building, working upon what we're trying to get done. So I'm going to be on Twitter Spaces literally all night, just chilling, vibing out,
Love to hear it.
Indulging in what we love. And,
tussling with the maxis.
Yeah, tussling with the maxis, exactly. But yeah, it's been a vibe. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate getting on here. I love it.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, so the date that we recorded this obviously is November 5th, and approximately 1 month away, you'll be minting December 7th. And that's very exciting. I look forward to the mint, and I look forward to everything that you guys have coming up in the future.
Hell yeah. Thank you. We're definitely excited to mint too. And we're excited. As we move closer, we're getting more excited. We're under pressure a little bit, but we're getting things done in due time. And we're really trying to deliver upon our date that we promised to deliver. So right now we're kind of just setting everything up, getting these last minute things handled. And, hopefully everything goes smooth come mint day.
That's awesome. I believe it will.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Oh yeah.
Well, with that being said, once again, thank you very much for coming on the podcast. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Alt Kings podcast, and we will see you next episode. Peace.